Hello YouTube, today we're going to be checking out all the betta fish I own and we're going to get a betta fish update, so stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to start at the 20-gallon long with the tank divider. These are two male Dumbo Ear Bettas. By far the biggest ones I own. The lighting is not the greatest on this tank. You can see this side over here is infested with bladderwort, which kind of sucks, but it's almost impossible to get rid of unless I tear down the entire tank. So I usually just pull as much of it out as I can when I do water changes. There's a good looking shot of them though. Really pretty looking fish. I don't name my betta fish. The one betta fish I ever named, oh, there he is back there, unfortunately did pass away. If you go back on my channel, way back when, the very first betta fish, the black crowntail, we did name him. He did pass away probably about a month ago, and I just haven't said anything yet. My very first betta fish, and just wasn't ready to say anything yet, but yes, he did pass away. Just one day I walked in and he was dead. Not sure what happened. There is a random guppy in here. I'm not sure how it got in here. It was in here since a fry and I've been watching him grow. I'm assuming he came in through a water change. I haven't added any plants since adding these bettas to this tank, so it's been a long time. So it's the only way I think he could have got through is through a water change. This tank is just exploded with moss, well, and bladderwort. Over here, all moss. This is all Rickia. There's some Java moss in there too, and some Anubias hanging out. So all of my bettas are going to be Dumbo Ear except for one crowntail. Some of you may remember I did have about 5 crowntail, but I donated all of them to my local club for their monthly auction and auctioned off them, so that was pretty neat. So my last crowntail betta I own, here he is. He's chowing down on some New Life Spectrum pellets. That's kind of my staple. I do feed freeze-dried bloodworms and frozen bloodworms as well. I did try live blackworms not too long ago and they just didn't take to him at all. I don't know what the deal is. But he's in this tank down here with the leopard frog plecos. There's the male guarding the cave there. Hard to get a good shot of this one. The lighting in this tank is pretty bad. I do keep it kind of dim because of the plecos in there. Well, there's a pretty decent shot of him. I think he looks pretty cool. Now I have gone kind of overboard with the bettas, so I've had to get creative on where I keep them. And one has ended up down in the sump of the 75-gallon crypt tank. There he is. Another awesome looking Dumbo Ear. Living life in the sump. It's planted. There is one bristlenose pleco. Somehow survived in here. Don't see him now. But he somehow made it all the way through the sump and into here. And he's just been growing out, so that's kind of neat. Of course, he's going to run and hide. There he is. He found some pellets there. Yep. Chomping away. One more. Alright, here we go. Out in the light, kind of resting on the foam. This is usually where he takes his naps, right on that foam block. But definitely a good looking betta, at least in my opinion. So now we're going to look at a couple of my favorite ones, and yes, they do live in the Marina hang-on breeder boxes. On this 40-gallon tank, there's also one in the breeder net in here. I'm not sure we're actually going to be able to see. I'll have to move the light, but I did move the light up here and put it on the breeder box so we can get a better view of them. We'll start with this guy over here. There is some crust on the inside of this breeder box, so not the best view, but lighter color, definitely smaller. Have a little bit of growing to do, which is fine, but I really like the blues in this one. I think it looks really good. But I also really like how there's just like that hue of purple in there on the body and kind of at the start of the fins, and then it fades to a blue, a little bit of white in there. Just an overall generally good looking fish in my opinion. Of course they all are. I mean, I wouldn't have this many of them if I didn't think they were good looking fish. I never thought I would keep bettas. You can go back on some of my old videos and my old live streams. People ask me if I'll ever get a betta, and I'm like, no. Everyone has a betta. Why would I want a betta? And then of course I got one, and now I have 8 of them I think, around there. So yeah, I definitely got bit by the betta bug. But we can cruise on over to the next one here, slowly. And this one is definitely my favorite. Let's see if we can get him to turn to the side. This is kind of an ivory color in there, which I think looks really good. Still has the blues and purples. Now this one, when I got it, was more white, and it's really got a lot of color since I got him. If you go back to my Betta unboxing video, which I'll try to link here, no promises. When I unboxed him, he was mostly white and ivory, and now he's got the blues and the purples. And keeping the ivory, but not as much white. But I really like how this one's turning out. I can't wait to see him grow. So I definitely like how this one has been growing out. He still has a lot of growing to do, and I can't wait to see what he's going to look like as an adult. I think he'll keep changing colors as he gets older. So it should be kind of neat to see that. Now let's see if we can see this one in the middle. I'll have to move the light. So this guy is being kind of a party pooper and staying up towards the top. I don't know that we're going to get a good look at him. Try to come down from the bottom here. Hard to see through the netting. Won't spend much time on this guy since he's being kind of a jerk. But he's got that same reddish, purple, bluish look. The thing I like about this one is the tips of the fins are white, which is kind of neat. Maybe if I come in from the side. Take a look. Oh no, way too much algae on the glass. Oh, there you go. That's a better look anyways. Still a crappy look, but a better look. You can see the tips of the fins are white, which I really like. Now I know what you're thinking. I do keep the tops on these. I did take them off for filming just so the lighting would be better. The tops are kind of crusty. I need to clean them. But they are on there, so don't worry. They're not going to jump out. And yes, betta fish can jump out. I have seen video. So don't worry. I'm not going to lose them. They're not going to jump out. Now I just walked past the 125-gallon rainbow fish tank here, and sorry about the glare. But I always like to get these little guys on camera when I see them. You can see there's about, I don't know, 1 billion fry swimming around back there. I may scoop them out and save them. Honestly, normally these turn into fish food because they just don't sell well, the Honduran red points. I think they're awesome. I normally grab about 10 of them to grow out, but the last time it took a long time to get rid of them. So I'm not sure if I'm going to snag any this time. We'll see. They will last about a week in here, and they'll get a little bit bigger, and then I'll be able to scoop them out if I decide to keep them. Now what everyone's going to ask is, what is the status on the 240-gallon tank? Have we made any progress? We have not. The 240-gallon tank is more of a weekend type project because everything I have to do to prep for it is pretty labor intensive, taking down tanks, moving tanks, things like that, which I just don't have time for during the week. I mean, I still have 30 fish tanks to do water changes on, thousands of fish to take care of. We will get back to work on the 240 this weekend, so there'll be more videos on that coming out soon. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. I know they've been quick lately, but with the installation of the 240, we will have some longer ones coming up, so that'll be fun. But go ahead and like, share, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see everyone next time.